Hello boys and girls, this is your captain speaking. Thank you for flying with NoticeA.
Una. So yeah, I've got a little bit of advice. Been observing, been praying, whilst working at NoticeA in all these parks, all over London. Hackney, Haringey, Kensington and Chelsea, all over the gaff. And one thing I have learned is a lot of parents and child carers and just adults project onto their children. Usually it's by accident, in it, because we don't do it on purpose, in it, but it's inherited. And I see the habits and the mindsets that some of these parents have, they constantly put it onto their children, and it shows in their interactions with them and in playgrounds. So like the child's falling over, come to the parent, mummy, daddy, carer, I fell over, look at me. Rather than the parent ask them what's wrong, ask them what happened, what I'm seeing happen is the parent listen and be like, why are you always falling over? You've mashed up your trainers, you've mashed up your shoes. And I'm like, whoa. Like, I haven't said anything to them, but I'm triggered right now. I'm not sure, you can't talk to the youth like that. But obviously we're used to that culturally, and I say culturally, it's not just a black thing. I've realised a lot of us have been brought up like that. And we're now parents, teachers, carers, nannies, foster carers, adults that are just responsible for the children in our space. And how we can do better is by unlearning the habits that we've picked up and the behaviours as well. So yeah, unlearning these habits, man, bit by bit, and really asking yourself, how would you want to be dealt with if you fell over and you come to someone over, etc. Say 10 out of 10 times you're going to want to be comforted, you're going to want your feelings honoured, you're going to want to be acknowledged, you're going to want to be shown some kind of compassion or some kind of affection. But because some of us adults don't do that well to ourselves, we're now to the children in our spaces, which then, long term, can become damaging. It becomes damaging short term as well. But these parents pick up, not parents, so these children pick up said habits and start dismissing their own feelings at the age of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then like when you're asking, did you fall over? Where did you fall over? They don't want to talk about it. But not because of shame or embarrassment. And not because of shame or embarrassment, but more so because they've been taught to or they've been shown to constantly tell themselves off for making a mistake. And they tell themselves off by not showing up for themselves. And children can show up for themselves if we teach them how to. More so, mirror. So mirror the behaviour that we're portraying as an adult for said child to then pick it up long term. It won't happen overnight. It's not meant to happen overnight. They're short steps, small steps. So yeah, I've been seeing that a lot, man. And also other little things like, other little things like when the children are climbing frames, and like, if you see me in the park, you know me well, I let these children run wild. There's no rules. So I won't be standing behind the child when they're climbing, because any fears I have are going to project on them. And energy don't lie. So they're going to pick up my energy. And I guarantee my energy and my so-called help is going to cause more damage than it would if I wasn't standing. Because at the end of the day, what the conflict really outside right now. Really outside. So yeah, what you would have, hopefully, in your household with your children that you care for, is that these children will know they're loved regardless. But then when they fall over, or when they fall down, or when they get into an incident, they're always going to run back to you, because you are their safe space. So because of that, these children can climb in frames and drop. Because more so, it builds more courage for them to stand up for themselves and find you, then express what's happened, rather than you try to have them avoid every worst case scenario, which is a reflection of how you deal with stuff as an adult. Yeah, when I might be triggered right now, but we're just talking, innit? So because of the way you deal with stuff, and how you probably dismiss yourself and are fearful of a lot of stuff, your children then pick it up with the way you treat their feelings and not treat their feelings. And I see it all over the place. I see it daily, like, it's scary, people. And then it's not easy to undo what is possible. There's books, there's YouTubers, there's Instagrammers, there's people saying help. Therapy is not a dirty word either. Like, and also just learning new and thinking about how you really want to be treated. Because it's that when I really dig deep and worked out how I want to be treated as an individual, how I want my emotions dealt with, how I want to be loved, how I want to be. Yeah, when I really think about that, it's like, that's what children want the same way. Children want patience, nurturing, caring. They make a fuss about them constantly. Someone that lifts their feelings and ready constantly. Someone that sees all their feelings and emotions and their thoughts as big, constant. Us adults want the same thing, but we don't ask for it. And when we do ask for it, the majority of us ask for it in ways that are deemed toxic and they are unhealthy, some of these habits. But then the difference between us and these children is these children don't know better. What I've also realised is adults don't know better because we actually haven't grown through any of our traumas. So all of our responses are trauma-based. Do that. Do some work. But yeah, man, it's just a little observation. I'm going to be doing more of these videos. This was a long video, so yeah. So yeah, love on that. Peace.